Hey guys, it's Torpex here. So, I don't know whether I'm going to post this video today or tomorrow, today being the 16th and tomorrow being the 17th. But I saw a video today by Rob, who is Blood Blitz on YouTube, and it was called YouTube 2012, The Difference. And he's talking about our society and the way that everything is different in our society and the way that we act and the way that we should be acting. And it sort of made me think. So this episode, I'm calling it Life and the Imperfection because, you know, life is imperfect and we know this. We come from the most privileged societies where we know about these problems. Many of you go to my school, you're in my year. You're a couple of years younger, a couple of years older. You all know the society that we live in and the way that we get to live, we get to live in a vastly amazing place at the moment. I mean, we've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, and we've got Twitter, we've got all these sorts of things. And he was saying how, it's sort of a detriment. A lot of people are saying it's a detriment. But the thing is, it's only a detriment if we look at it as a detriment. And we use it in ways that, that don't benefit. There are many people out there, okay? And we could all use our websites better. We could all use the mediums and the forms that we have to make these things together. We could all do it so much better. For example, on Facebook I see loads of people bitching and loads of people complaining about how, they didn't get very well in their A-levels. Now, that is a good thing, that you're complaining about that. But then I also see a lot of other people that complain about other things, like stupid people, and just complaining at each other, one another, just fighting with one another. And it's not something we should be doing. We focus too much on fighting each other, and we should actually think more about helping each other. Now, okay, what I was saying was, for example, on the A-level front, right? Okay, so at least if you're complaining about that, you have some semblance of, well, you want to help. You want to do better, but maybe instead of complaining about how you didn't do better on your A-levels, you should either think about it one of two ways. I've done it, and that's how that's the grade that I've gotten. What I get is sort of a representation of how well I've been working and how hard I've been working. The other people, you can't complain if you didn't try hard. So there are loads of people that will complain and say, I didn't do it very well. But at the end of the day, were you revising? Were you helping? Were you doing the work, or were you sitting around chatting with your friends? And see, the thing is, I see that as a problem with our society today. You see, there's too much focus on being with our friends and being social, and it's always been that way. There's always been people that want to be social, but the thing is, there was sort of a higher sort of sense of work ethic in our society days gone by. Like, for example, my grandfather had, I think it was 3 jobs, One of my grandfathers had 3 jobs, and the whole time he was sending money back to his family to make money for his family, to help his family. Now, many of us today, even if we wanted to get 3 jobs, see, the thing is, there's high unemployment, but the thing is, part of it is because we can't get jobs, but part of it is because nobody's trying to get jobs. Nobody wants to get a job. Everyone wants to be either sort of famous for being famous, or sort of they don't understand why money can't just fall into their laps, and people don't understand why. I think it's because we come from a society where everything's been handed to us. I know everything was handed to me, I guess. Well, half of the things that I got was handed to me. Some things I've worked for, like the thing that I'm doing right now on YouTube. I have an opinion and I'm working towards trying to get that opinion heard. Guys, if you hear this and if you watch this, please share it, because it is sort of my opinion on life, and sort of this is a message that I want to get out to everybody. Now, life has our imperfections. We can't change what happens in our life, but we have an influence, but we can't actually specifically change. Once something's happened, it's happened, and there's nothing we can do about that. Now, that's not to say that we should just give up now, because a lot of people will say, society's fucked. In a couple of years, we'll all be fucked up, and we're all going to die and live in a third world country, because that's the way England's heading, and that's the way maybe the US is heading, I don't know. But no, people should be working towards improving our world for a better place. I see all these people on Facebook talking about all the parties they went to, taking photos of all these parties and all this sort of stuff. Seriously, and a lot of the time, that's what a lot of people do. They spend all their time partying. I mean, I'm a bit of a hypocrite for saying this, but people should spend more time studying and focusing on their education, because we're going to need it. We are probably in the hardest situation at the moment. You know, even though the education looks like it's going well, and it is technically cheaper than it used to be, the 27 grand thing, yeah, it's technically cheaper than what people were paying before. We don't get those things, and we're not going to have those things forever. You know, our kids might have to pay full price every time. You know, we need to be able to be prepared for when that happens. But nobody wants to see it. Nobody just, you know, everybody is just sort of happy to live in the same way that everybody else does. People do the same things because everyone else does them. I mean, it's sort of weird me saying that after the fact that I'm doing it because I listened to another person's video and I watched another person's video and he's doing the same thing. I'm not doing it to copy him, but it inspired me. And I'm going to share his video. It's going to be down there. I want everyone to see this because it was an amazing video. It made me think, you know, the beauty in life. He was talking about you can see the beauty in nature and trees, and people don't see that. It's like, it's a tree. There's millions of trees out there, but that tree has lived a longer life than you. It's been living for hundreds of thousands of years. You know, the many things that make us marvel. It's like planes, okay? I remember hearing a story, right, one time, where these people, they flew to, I think it was the Amazon, right? And they had planes, but the first thing they showed the locals was fire, and the locals were amazed by fire. You know, a lighter, not just sort of making fire, but lighter so they could harness fire. So later they come back and they show the guys the planes, and the people say, well, they weren't amazed. The people that saw the fire weren't amazed by the planes, because you know what they said? If you can harness fire, well then, obviously, you have the power of flight. So what they're saying is, what we as a society see as amazing, so Nicki Minaj maybe, or Lady Gaga, what she does is outrageous and all those sorts of things. We see that as amazing, right? Well, some people do, some people hate it, but music, for example, we see that, we love it, we hate it, we are marveled by how somebody can create that. Now, you know, the things that make other people marvel, for example, fire and nature, we need to maybe have a more rounded view of that, because a lot of people think about themselves, they're very egocentric, and they don't seem to think about other people's opinions on life and what makes other people go, oh my god, that was amazing. Like, some people are going to watch this video and hate on it and say, well, what are you to say telling me how to live my life, because this is how I live my life. And do you know what? Screw those people. But the thing is, I do want to help those people, because the thing is, I may not be in any position to say, I'm only 17, but you know what, I'm actually trying really hard, you know, to do this YouTube thing, you know, because I love it and it's my passion. But the thing is, a lot of people, maybe, there seems to be two problems right now. People aren't passionate enough about anything, so they don't even see the importance of why they should have to work, because they have nothing to get passionate about. Then you've got the people that are working and not following their dreams because of the fact that, you know, for example, a lot of people that don't want to do maths or something are doing maths because it's a good A level. So maybe people need to grab hold of what they find as a passion. Like, I find, besides media and psychology and philosophy, besides media, I find philosophy and psychology very amazing. Like, learning about the human mind is probably the most amazing thing that I'm doing at the moment. I love learning about it, and, you know, maybe I want to do a career in that. But the thing is, would I want to do it as a career because it makes money? No. I mean, I'd be happy to take money for doing it, but it's just something that I just love. It's a psychology thing. You know, it's in my psychology to love psychology, because I'm inquisitive, and people need to be more inquisitive, I think. Not enough people look at something, go, a clock, maybe, for example, and then marvel at the fact that, you know, that's an intricate piece of technology we have there. I mean, right now I've got a clock in front of me, and it's got a laser projector. Now, it's just amazing, knowing physics and doing physics, which I'm probably going to fail tomorrow. I see that, and I understand the physics behind how it works, sort of the light and the way that it's shaped and stuff like that. And I just think that's amazing, and how technology can actually, you know, we've created a laser technology that we can use in our house. You know, well, not laser, it's point light, but still, same sort of thing. Or a train ticket, an Oyster card, how do they work with the electronics and the signals and stuff like that? It's like, there are so many small little things that everyone gets, you know, just something that we do. It's just something that we know about. It's like computer mice, maybe. You know, back in the days, I remember the time when we had balls in our mice. You know, the rotating balls for our mice. Mouse balls or something, I don't know what they're called. Mouse wheel type things. But now we have lasers. We have lasers that figure out where it is. Eventually we're going to get onto touch screens. But the only reason we can get into touch screens for our computers, which already exist by the way, we have to look, you know, before we can improve this technology, us as a generation, my generation, you know, the older people will probably agree with me. We need to be continuing that. We need more physicists nowadays. We need as many people working in technology as we do in McDonald's. You know, we need that many people that want to be inquisitive. I want to do that with psychology. I want to learn so I can help others. I want other people to do the same thing that I do, maybe chemistry, so we can find a cure for cancer or something like that. We need more people like that. And there are people like that, but they're few and far between. That's why we have TV shows that sort of talk about these extraordinary people. But these extraordinary people, they're me and you. Like, I may not be the smartest student in the world, but I can say I am probably one of the most inquisitive at these dates. You know, there's not really anything that gets people going nowadays. We need to get people going. And I want every one of you to get this going. Get this video going. Show this to your friends. Tell them that, you know, you think they could do the same thing. Focus more on education and love and being more tolerant of everyone else as well, because that's another thing. People aren't tolerant of what they don't know. You know, like in North Carolina, this is more older people rather than our generation, but it is sort of bred into our generation as well, because they're our parents, not specifically my parents. My parents are very liberal in that sense, though if there was ever a situation where I was gay or something like that, I don't know. My parents would probably accept me. I mean, I can't really say because I don't know, but they would probably accept me. But we need to move on from those things as well, because the thing is, I heard that about in North Carolina, and I didn't think, you know what, this is a waste of time for the government or something like that, because to be honest, it is. The government shouldn't be outlawing what people do in their own homes, because the thing is, it doesn't make sense. You know, let them get married, because, you know, you would want to get married yourself. If somebody told you couldn't do it, you wouldn't. You would be pissed off. You'd be like, well, I've earned the right. You know, they have definitely earned the right. Gay people have earned the right. Transsexual people have earned the right to be treated as normal people. Everyone is a normal person. Maybe apart from murderers and stuff, but even they deserve the most basic human rights. But as I was saying about North Carolina, we need to stop focusing on those sorts of things, like, gay marriage and those sorts of things being illegal, because they should just be legal as a given. There's no reason why they shouldn't be, because even by the terms of what marriage is nowadays, a lot of people that aren't, you know, that are married, that are straight couples, wouldn't even be considered married, because what do you consider marriage? Something that happens in a church witnessed by God, or, you know, just a man and a woman doesn't make sense, because there are loads of non-religious people that get married, so, you know, that sort of thing as well. But I know our generation is more liberal than that, so those aren't the things I'm talking about. I'm talking about just being more accepting of other people. Accept that other people have opinions to you. Accept that everyone is imperfect and everyone is different. Because when somebody is different to you, all it does is add diversity. It's not bad. What's bad is if everyone is the same. Now, I'm saying this video as a pledge that I'm happy to be different. I'm happy to say that even though I have dyed hair, which is very common nowadays, I didn't do it for everyone else. I didn't do it because everyone else wanted to do it. You know, I didn't want to be the first person to do it, but I came up with the idea before a lot of people that I know did it. You know, there are loads of things that I do. I make music because I like being able to add to the diversity of the world. I want to add the diversity to the diversity of the world, but I want to add to its understanding by having all the views that we have today. So if we have the view that we have on, for example, I don't know, you know, gay marriage is sort of like the new racism. It's like, well, homosexuality and stuff and homophobia is a bit like new racism. I mean, it was going on back then as well. But didn't people eventually see that, well, black people were the same as white people and people were very similar? Now, everyone is different. And everyone is imperfect, so don't go on like you're perfect. And everyone in this generation, I know you have this egocentric view, because I can see it. I can see it even in myself. I'm very egocentric. I think about myself a lot. I do think about other people, and I love everyone. I think everyone, well, not in that way, but I love everyone for who they are, and I think everyone else should love everyone for who they are. But, you know what, if you don't agree with me, well then, I don't mind. Because the thing is, part of loving everybody is also accepting everybody for who they are. So even if you are a racist bigot, or you're homophobic, or you are gay, or you are white, or you are black, or whatever you are, you could be green and polka dotted. But I wouldn't mind, because even if you were green and polka dotted, you still deserve the basic human treatment that everybody deserves. So I'm just doing this video with this statue of myself that's saying that I am imperfect. I didn't make the statue to be perfect like the way that we can edit our videos, and I can edit my Minecraft character to make him look exactly like I'd want to be in my life. But we don't always get that choice. So I want to show you this character that I've almost done. Thank you for listening. I wish every one of you would share this video. Anyone, just share it to everyone. Just tell them that you love them. Tell everyone that you love them. Again, it's a replacement for tomorrow's video. If I don't have a video up, it's because of this one. This is an official episode of my video series. I want to show you the imperfect Torpex5. That is me. He's as wide as fuck. He's not the same as me. But you know what? I love him. I love all of you. I want all of us to do well. I want us all to do well. Together, as a team. Torpex5, you guys, Nor, Alaska, everyone, Everdark Eden, I don't know, DQ Official, just everyone that I know on YouTube, Raki1212, all of you people, I want all of you to send it out there, including the people that I didn't mention, your Torak, Max Mofo, everyone that I know, Blood Blitz, who else? There's just so many people. You know what I mean. Every one of us needs to do it together. Every one of us young people needs to work as a team so that we can make the world a better place. Torpex out.